The Determined Seed by Laura Wallace. As frozen earth holds the determined seed, this sacred space holds our weariness, our worry, our laughter, and our celebration. Let us bring seed and soul into the light of thought and the warmth of community and the hope of love. Let us see together, hear together, love together. Let us worship.
Welcome this morning to River Road Unitarian Universalist Congregation. If it is your first time or your 40th year with us, you are welcome here. Everything that we grow together in a community intentionally created by those of us who choose it and choose each other over and over again. This morning, for our multi-generational service, we have set up intentional wiggle room. If you would like to sit, kids, people with limber knees, whatever, here on the carpet squares, on the floor, there'll be ways to engage and to enjoy the service that let you move around. And yes, bring your squishmallows. They are welcome to join us too. What a gift it is to be together, planting seeds of hope and renewal, even in the hardest times. Bear with our microphone adjustments.
Thank you. Good morning. Today is Spirit Sunday. That is what we call our multi-generational services that happen on the second Sunday of each month. And we call them Spirit Sunday because with all ages here in the congregation, we have the potential to be at our most spirited. The mission of each Spirit Sunday is to provide a worship experience for everyone together, all ages together, to experience and engage through talking, singing, and doing, and because it's very important for the adults of our congregation to get to know the kids and vice versa. So welcome. Thank you. Today, this month's theme is justice and equity. And today, service is called Seeds in the Wintertime. What do seeds have to do with justice and equity? Go. Okay, thanks for trying, though. Well, seeds make a great metaphor. Just like seeds, social justice movements begin small, take root, and grow with care and attention. Later on in the service, Reverend Nancy will speak about the beginnings of things and the origin of justice movements. And even later on after that, we will invite you to plant marigold seeds as an outward sign of that inward stirring of hope and change, equity and justice. But first, I'm going to talk a little bit about seeds of stronger relationships, the platinum rule. So in the fall of 2021, when we were still having religious education outside, we were under a tent back there. We didn't have that many kids, all ages from kindergarten to 5th grade. And we were putting together a covenant for the year, things that we wanted to remember about how to be in class together. And I thought a great addition would be the golden rule. Treat others the way that you would like to be treated. And one or more, I don't remember who, unfortunately, but one or more kids said, no, we should treat people the way they want to be treated. And I had never really heard that expressed that way and thought it was really interesting and important. And it turns out, though, that despite me not knowing about it, it's been around for a very long time. And Dale Carnegie in 1936 was writing about this, and he shared this story as a way of example. He wrote, "Personally, I am very fond of strawberries and cream, but I have found that for some strange reason, fish prefer worms. So when I went fishing, I didn't think about what I wanted. I thought about what they wanted. I didn't bait the hook with strawberries and cream. Rather, I dangled a worm or grasshopper in front of the fish and said, 'Wouldn't you like to have that?'" Now, personally, I believe that the fish would actually prefer to not be baited at all, but the point is made through the story. So when applied to growing the seeds of deep relationships, the platinum rule is about equity, not how can I treat everyone the same way, but how can I treat them in the ways that they need. The golden rule is more about equality. What is good for me is good for you. I think it's a courteous gesture if someone holds a door open for me. So I hold the door open for other people. And that's nice and that's civil and it helps us to live in the world together. But it falls short when we're talking about stronger, deeper relationships. What is good for me is good for you is not a great approach. It is not equitable because it doesn't take into account an individual's needs. Treating people the way they want to be treated requires us to invest more time to understand and appreciate each other's differences. So we have a short demonstration of this in action. If I could have my helpers come up. So I have seen this on social media, maybe you have as well, that some teachers put a menu on the door of ways and options for kids to be greeted, with a hug, with a high five, a handshake, a fist bump, or a wave. So Luther is our teacher, and the kids are going to come up and tell him how they want to be welcomed. Thank you. So now we're going to ask you all to do the same. Please greet one another and ask your neighbor or the person behind you how they would like to be greeted.
What about you, Dre? To greet each other in these new and fabulous ways, our opening hymn is Reverend Amanda's favorite one. So that means we have to sing it like we mean it. Gather the spirit. The lyrics will be right here on the back wall. You can rise in body or in spirit to sing together. And then, the most humble of plants, a moss. And then, one morning, the first sound of an insect so dry you would think it still mineral. And then, hope. Those words from the poet Max Gerard remind us of the persistence of life, the tenacity so evident in this earth and in this human community of which we are a part, the ability to rise again every day, every week, every lifetime to the good work of finding and perceiving and making hope in our days. In the presence of trauma, through the crises of these times and beyond, it is a natural instinct of the human heart to protect itself, to close in and imagine that what we know is all we'll ever know, that what we face is all we'll ever face, that the tools we already know how to use are the only tools that will meet the labor ahead. The new world recedes under the sheer force of our grief for every single thing that feels like it's passing away. But time after time, even in the long, cold seasons, even when things seem the hardest, the seeds of new movements are planted. Time after time, in any number of myriad church basements and community halls and quiet living rooms made raucous by the birth of a new idea, the beginning of a new beginning takes root in one heart, and then a dozen or 100 or 10,000, and then from the stirring of one seed, the possibility of new life emerges. Like the nascent beginnings of every movement for justice and equity. Those nascent beginnings so often birthed in those living rooms and those church basements, seeds carry within them the possibility that we can sprout in and up through the cracks of the hardened places. As our own Unitarian sage, Henry David Thoreau, once wrote from his quiet perch at Walden Pond, "Though I do not believe a plant will spring up where no seed has been, I have great faith in a seed. Convince me that you have a seed there, and I am prepared to expect wonders." Spirit of life and source of hope, we are the children of life's longing for itself. Out of infinity we come for these brief days we are given, not just to grieve or to lament, but to reimagine a way for ourselves and for those yet to come. Give us the chance to grow into what we can become, souls sensitive to beauty, hearts open to creativity. Let us not shrink and wither with fear or exhaustion, but quicken the springs of courage in us, now and in all the days and in all the months to come. May it be so. We gather in this place holding so much, joys and sorrows, laughter and tears. It's special that today we get to light our candles for joys and concerns, for our laughter and our celebration with all of us here in this multi-generational service. And throughout our time together today, you can light a candle anytime you want. No one will stop you. There are a few joys and concerns for the community that I want to share with all of us. First of all, that we ministers have a long and frankly laborious process by which we are credentialed and considered safe and empowered to serve you well. That process can sometimes take a decade of education and of recredentialing and of mentorship and of support, and we are so blessed that just this week, Reverend Amanda received her final hoop-jumping, full and complete fellowship as a minister in our Unitarian Universalist tradition. We are so grateful for her service, and for how that service extends out into our faith as we grow and change together. Reverend Amanda can now supervise interns. Goodness knows how many things I can now freely hand over for her to do. We are also honoring this week and this time the Lunar New Year, a time of new beginnings, a time of bright hope, a time of celebration and fabulous food. We also hold, as always, what it means to celebrate, what it means to commit, and what it means to do all of that in the presence of deep and abiding grief. Just on Monday, longtime and beloved river roader Bob Coe passed away in the company of his family and his friends. Bob was one of the most well-informed members of this congregation on any number of socio-political and geopolitical issues, but he wore all of that knowledge and that commitment with a gentleness such that you would never, ever know unless you asked him. One of the kindest souls who has moved in this place. We'll honor him in a service on Saturday, the 2nd of March. We also, this week, mourn the passing of Kirk Chimes, our longtime bookkeeper, Diana Chimes, who served and loved in so many ways alongside us. Kirk died after a struggle with myeloma. He was a great light, not just in Diana's life, but in the world and for their family. And so we grieve with and for Diana, knowing that there'll be a service at 3 p.m. on March 20th at the Hyatt Regency in Bethesda. What it is to grieve with a friend is showing up and expressing our care in every way we can. For this and for so much more, we make a space in our hearts and a song shared in community. We give in so many ways here in our community: gifts of time, gifts of talent, gifts of treasure. It is our deep honor each month to extend our offering to an organization or a partner that shares our values in the world, sometimes in new and creative ways, in ways we could never manage alone. This month, our offering goes in full to the UU Legislative Ministries of Maryland, an organization created by and for our fellow Unitarian Universalists across the state. This is our own collective for citizens' action in the state of Maryland. Bills on gun violence prevention, climate justice, civil rights, criminal justice, and health care are being supported by the UU Legislative Ministries of Maryland right now, including strategies and communications about who and how you can contact your state legislators to make a highly localized difference for the issues that matter to you. It's easy to sign up to get a weekly alert during the Maryland legislative session underway right now, which extends through April 8th. You can find out more about the UU Legislative Ministries of Maryland in the e-weekly, and you'll hear more later in announcements about the interfaith, broad-based legislative strategies we also engage in this legislative session with AIM. But the UULM is ours. It's specific to Unitarian Universalism and the way in which that legislative process impacts our values and your needs. Today, indeed all month, you can support that work with your generosity. Personally, I know you know the drill and probably don't need me to describe it more, but I will. You can give on our website. You can give at the box right there in the back. You can text to give at 73256 in the amount. All of this generosity extends our capacity to plant seeds of hope, even in these deeply complex times.
February has been a dreaded month for me for many years. The relief of the new year has long passed, and spring is nowhere in sight. And it feels kind of weird to say this after a week of warmer and nicer weather, but I've learned not to trust the warm weather in February. It's usually a trick. Back home, we call it the fool's spring. But suffice to say, February is typically peak month for whatever version of bad weather exists in any given region. At least that's what I've been telling myself for years. A couple of years ago, I was describing my anti-February feelings in a meeting, going on and on about this grumpy little month and its inclement weather, when someone gently reminded me of how powerful this little month is. For instance, on the wheel of the year in many pagan traditions, we celebrate Imbolc on February 1st. Imbolc marks the midpoint between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. And it's all about awakening and rebirth, what it means for a seed to be planted and to grow, and for a shoot to push through soil. And even beyond the idea of returning spring and all of its warmth and longer days, we can appreciate this time in this month for what it is right now. I've come to enjoy how it looks for the bare limbs of a tree to be against the backdrop of a gray sky, or what the pale sun looks like and feels like on a winter's day. There's something powerful about the work that is happening underground. The life that is tucked away and working hard in ways that we can't always see. So this morning, we're all invited into appreciation of this precious time of growth beneath the surface and of renewal in our lives. And we'll do this by planting some seeds. As you might have noticed, we do have 3 seed stations right there in the back, on the side, and also over here. Before planting your seeds, be sure to write your name on one of the labels that are available, and then you can place the label on your cup, and then plant only 2 to 3 of the marigold seeds in the cup, and spritz it with some water. As you do your planting and your watering, I always like to send good vibrations to the seeds, sending it some love, and also perhaps using this time to reflect on what growth is happening in your own lives between and beneath the surface, what's tucked away safely, and what is emerging and emerging yet again. And when you're done, you're welcome to just leave your cup right there where you've planted on the table, and it'll be there for you when you're ready to leave. So in this time between the winter, this time between the spring, maybe perhaps we can find ourselves deeply rooted where we are right now, right here in this moment, emerging and growing, renewing and replenishing in this life, in this time, right here and now. You're welcome to engage with the activities.
If you could make your way back to your seat. It is working. And as you're making your way back to your seat, I invite you to join me in a meditation. This is one that you can either do sitting with your eyes closed, you can act it out and embody it in your seat, or if you want to come to a carpet square to embody it, about the life of a seed. So get comfortable. And take one big deep breath and exhale. Now imagine you're turning into a seed. You can get real small either in your seat or curl up on your carpet square. Pretend that you're pulling a blanket over you to keep you all warm and cozy. Feel that soil snug around you. Feel the rain as it reaches you. Feel the warmth of the sun. Soon you feel a stirring inside of you. It's the magical miracle of growth. A small root cracks through your seed shell and pushes down into the warm soil around you. You can push a leg out to be that root. Then you feel another stirring. A small stem cracks through the seed shell, and your arms push up into the warm soil all around you. Up it grows and out of the ground until it leaves the dark soil and grows into the air and the sunlight. Soon, the young plant is sprouting its first leaves. Your arms can stretch apart, and your hands can open like the leaves. Now you're growing up and up. You can stand up, struggling to make it past the soil and reach that sun. You grow taller and taller, and finally, you become a plant which somehow knew how to grow from that seed. Turn your face to the sun and enjoy all that it's offering you. Now, leave that plant to grow and relax your body back into where this next seed will grow. Close your eyes. How did that seed know what to grow into? How is such a small seed so strong? When you're ready, you can open your eyes, come back into the room. Take your hands together and rub them to make some warmth, and put them over your heart. Know that there are seeds there in your heart that are being nourished in this winter time that will grow. How exciting it will be to see what those seeds turn into. And now I'd like to invite the youth choir up to close us out. They have
young and old. Cast away your sorrow, let your heart be bold. Move on to tomorrow, throw your doubts away. Step right out and greet a brand new day. Come on, come on, come on, come on, we have just begun. Come on, come on, come on, come on, meet the rising sun. Standing together, the future is bright. Will you come on, come on, come on, come on, we are building a joyful life. Will you make this journey with me? Will you come along? The way may not be easy, but together we're strong. And we pledge to help each other as we find our way. We choose living as we bless each day. Move on to tomorrow, rise up young and old. Cast away your sorrow, let your heart be bold. Move on to tomorrow, throw your doubts away. Step right out and greet a brand new day. Come on, come on, come on, come on, we have just begun. Come on, come on, come on, come on, meet the rising sun. Standing together, the future is bright. Will you come on, come on, come on, come on, we are building a joyful life. Move on to tomorrow, rise up young and old. Cast away sorrow, let your heart be bold. Move on to tomorrow, throw your doubts away. Step right out and greet a brand new day. Brand new day. Brand new day. Brand new day. Step right out and greet a brand new day.
I think they were absorbing your love and affirmation and maybe could have just stayed up here and absorbed it longer. Yeah, come absorb love and affirmation. Everything we do happens because we do it together in community. Spirit Sunday is a particular opportunity for us to showcase the incredible skill, talent, and community of our chalice lighters, youth, and often teen choirs. So let's have one more round of applause for our children's music programming. We also know that these engagements together for all ages happen in large part because of the love and dedication of our religious educators, both Beth and Laura, and always our tech team. We've got up there Tom and Hugh and Danny and Ajay. Thank you, all of you. There are so many ways to connect and to grow and to serve as a part of our congregation. Sunday morning is our time to celebrate, to galvanize our energy, to feel ourselves called forward, but the service happens throughout the week in ways large and small. And we hope that you'll check our e-weekly for the different ways that you can connect and be a part of the work and the community building throughout the week ahead. Firstly, Action in Montgomery, which is our broad-based interfaith community organizing network that we are such an essential part of. We're having our own broad-based interfaith basis lobby day in Annapolis on Wednesday, February 21st. It'll be an all-day event. You can find out more in the e-weekly about it. We are connected through Action in Montgomery to organizations in Baltimore, in Howard County, in Anne Arundel County, and we'll meet with state representatives to lobby for issues important to our whole interfaith community, including and especially universal pre-K and affordable housing legislation. It couldn't be more important. Also, if you are interested in being a River Road delegate to our Unitarian Universalist Association General Assembly, which will happen in June online. So we'll be gathering here in the sanctuary to watch and to view and to participate in the General Assembly, but you don't have to travel far to be a delegate. You can self-nominate right now, and you can find out more in the e-weekly. We also hope you are saving the date for our annual Winter Cabaret, the celebration of all the River Roaders' talents on February 24th. And no, Reverend Karen will not strong-arm us into doing any more Dolly Parton songs this year. Will she, Reverend Amanda? No, but you should. You can bring a potluck appetizer or meal to share. There's cash for a cash bar. Danny will be giving us an old school DJ set complete with record scratching this year. So it's just going to be amazing, and you should do it. Also, game night, our regular monthly game night, is super bold this night. So tonight we will have the game on, bring food to share, Super Bowl on the big screen. Why not hang out together? And where do we come from? Our history series continues with the history of Universalism and the merger of the two U's, the Unitarians and the Universalists, today in room 31 from 12 to 1:30. Finally, if you feel yourself called to be a part of this merry and sometimes odd band of travelers, we will have our membership book open immediately after the service. If you would like to sign that and officially count yourself one of the River Roaders, what a blessing it is to be each other's people. And so, with the seeds we have planted sprouting even now, as we prepare to share this light we have kindled with the waiting world, may the truths that make us free, the love that casts out fear, and the hope that never dies guide us and those we love and those we do not love forward together till the day spring breaks and all the shadows flee away. Amen.